All right, guys, we're back. So today I'm gonna go ahead and give you some core or trunk exercises for mixed martial arts. When you're talking about MMA, there's multiple movements going on, ranges of motion. We're talking about positioning. So you have to be strong throughout your entire midsection. So we wanna make sure that we're working on the muscles of the rectus abdominals, the obliques, the internal and external. We also wanna work on the transverse abdominals, the serratus anterior, right? The puncher's muscle. We also want to work on the multifidi, those like triangular muscles that run down your spine, and then the quadratus lumborum. Those are those QL muscles in the back there. That all is going to help with rotation, extension, and flexion with all of these muscle groups. So the movements that you're going to do are going to be flexion and extension, and also obviously rotation and anti-rotation, right? So the exercises that we are going to utilize today are some of the exercises that I've been using with my athletes for quite some time. You have the GHR sprinter sit-ups, you have the extension rotations, and I'll show you what that is. You have the heavy med ball carry, very simple, suitcase carries, and then also a landmine windshield wiper. So you're gonna be able to do all these movements, right? Those are gonna be hit. You're gonna be working the muscles of the trunk of its entirety, and you're gonna make sure that you're strong with those ranges of motion and those positions and patterns that you're gonna be utilizing inside of MMA. So let's get on to the exercise. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go into the extension with rotation. So Emery's gonna come down, she's gonna extend her body, then pull back up and rotate, back down again. And as she pulls up, she's gonna go ahead and hit the QL, right? She's also gonna hit on multifidi, stabilizing her body, working on erectors, obviously, erector spinae muscles. And then also, as she's rotating, again, like I said, you're hitting obliques on the far side too as well. Okay, so this one is the GHR sprinter sit-ups. If you don't have a GHR, you can do regular sprinter sit-ups. I like the GHR. It's a little bit more quad and hip flexor activation on the straight leg because she has to push into the pads. Again, isometric tension on the far side leg and then dynamic movements on the opposite leg. Good, so she's getting rotation. She rotates the upper body, pulls the knee to the chest, and then reaches up with the opposite arm. So again, you're working a lot of different things here, hip flexors, obviously, but internal rotators, you have the rotators, so the obliques, the transverse abdominals, the rectus abdominals are being worked here too as well. Serratus is being worked, she's pushing forward, working on protraction. So for the next one, we're gonna do a heavy med ball carry. Now, you're gonna get a heavier med ball. You're looking at males, you wanna get anywhere from like 100 to 120 pounds. So you can use a sandbag if you don't have a med ball, and that's preferred too as well. Females, depends on your strength, but somewhere around 50 to 60 pounds even. A lot of my female fighters will do 50 to 60 pounds, so that's what I'll utilize. But we're gonna take the ball, right? And you're just gonna bear hug it as tight as you can. And as you go to walk, you're just gonna maintain stability, squeezing that ball and walking forward. Main thing here is you don't wanna be too crouched down, and you obviously don't wanna be back like this. You wanna maintain that neutral spine. You're gonna walk for a good amount of time. You're looking at probably 100 feet, and then you can drop it down, then pick it back up, do it again. So it'll be 100 feet, roughly about 4 to 5 sets throughout that exercise. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the suitcase carry. Now you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I prefer a kettlebell. This one is gonna be dependent upon your strength level. Males, maybe around 70, 75 pounds. Females, 40 to 55 pounds is plenty amount of weight. The goal really isn't maximal weight because we want to stabilize the body. We want to be able to move efficiently. So again, keeping that kettlebell mostly off of your body. You don't want it holding on. You don't want to lean. You want to stay neutral, again, like everything that we've been doing, and you want to maintain that integrity of your spine. So I'm going to grab the kettlebell, right, outside. We're not holding on to it like this, right? We're not letting it pull ourselves down either. We're here, and then you're going to walk, trying to maintain that neutral position. All right, guys, so for the last one, we're gonna do a landmine windshield wiper. You don't actually need to have a landmine. You can put the barbell into a bumper plate or against the wall on the corner. It just needs to be stabilized so that you can do your rotations. You can go all the way up to a 45-pound plate with this. Just wanna make sure that you're maintaining structural balance, so you're not, flexing or extending too much in the back. Everything is isolated, and we're gonna be isometrically contracted, so we're creating irradiation or tightness. You have to make sure also that you're stable on the floor. So I'm gonna grab the bar, and I'm gonna grab the ground with my toes. I'm gonna create external torque. So I'm squeezing my glutes, and I'm gonna lock out my arm. From here, I'm gonna go to my hip, keeping my arms as locked out as possible, and then I'm gonna rotate all the way around to the other side. Big rotation, and I step up a little bit. Big rotation, and you're maintaining that neutral position of the spine. So you're activating the transverse abdominals and the obliques, and you're driving through, maintaining position. At the same time, I'm stabilizing my pelvis by squeezing my glutes and creating torque with my feet. So again, I wanna have that rooting sensation into the ground. Nothing else moves, my hips don't move. Again, I'm disassociating the hips from the spine. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. You got 5 exercises that you can utilize for core and trunk strength for MMA. Again, with the sets and reps, you want to keep it around 3 to maybe even 4 sets. For the extension and flexion movements like the sprinter sit-up and the extension rotation, you're sticking around 10 to 15 repetitions, again, on both sides. So it is a large amount of volume. For the windshield wipers, depending on the amount of weight that you have on the bar, 10 to 12 repetitions each side is gonna be plenty. You can do 3 to 4 sets there. Med ball carries, like we talked about, 4 to 5 sets of 100 feet. And then the suitcase carry, same concept, 4 to 5 sets. On both sides, you're looking at 100 feet on both sides. Now, if you wanna use these exercises in a planned out program, you can use them in all 3 of my programs: heavy hitter, fight ready, and ground control. They'll all be in the description down below. So if you wanna use this in a planned out program, check it out. Link is in the description down below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification, hit the like button. I know you're gonna like this video. I'll see you again next time. Peace.